The first season of Ahsoka just reached its end, and I just wanted to hop on here really quick and give you guys my overall thoughts on the first season of the show. Now, if you want some more in-depth reviews on each of the episodes of the Ahsoka show, go ahead and go to my channel, and I have videos reviewing each of the episodes 1 through 8. And if you don't want to go click through my channel, wasting your time watching each video separately, right after this video drops, I'm going to be premiering a supercut length video of all 8 episodes reviewed in one large video for you guys. So instead of taking your time clicking through the channel for each separate video, you'll be able to just click on this one, have it play in the background for about a solid 45 minutes to an hour, just hearing my thoughts of each episode in depth. Without further ado, let's get into my thoughts about the first season of the Ahsoka series. So if you have seen my reviews, the in-depth ones, this season, to me at least, started very slow. I will give it credit for setting up characters, setting up the world very well, but there were just a lot of moments that fell flat to me, a lot of lingering, a lot of talking, a little too much filler and downtime that I didn't care for all that much. I feel like if you only have 8 episodes to a show that holds the weight that the Ahsoka show does, there should be no filler, there should be no drawn out shots. This needs to be more snappy than the first 2 episodes started off with. Now, this isn't me saying I didn't enjoy the first 2 episodes. I think they did great, as I said, in setting up the story that's to come, but it could have been executed just a tad better. Now, we move to the middle section of this series, which I think is the peak of the series, not only because we see Anakin return and see all these crazy flashbacks, young Ahsoka, but this is where everything starts to fall into place. We start to see our antagonists getting what they want, starting to see the pieces fall into place, getting them to this new galaxy. Ahsoka starting to learn more about herself and the road that she will find leading forwards. The action is superb. We get a lot of amazing cinematography, and of course, yes, we see Anakin, Hayden Christensen in the flesh more than we could have ever imagined, delivering a masterclass performance, better than we've ever seen him do as the character of Anakin, in my personal opinion, which just added the cherry on top of the ice cream for this already amazing stretch of about 3 episodes dead smack in the middle, which definitely helped it hit its peak and keep me and other viewers interested for the back half of what's to come in this season. Now, I will say the hype did die off a tad for me for episodes 7 and 8. Although they were great, episode 7 setting up the finale very well, and episode 8 delivering, but still leaving a lot of unanswered questions, they weren't on par with what we saw in the middle. Now, I think the middle peak of the show did raise expectations a little too high. I really thought that we were only going to go up from here and see even crazier things, which we did, but how they were delivered and executed weren't as crazy as I thought they would be. The story was still amazing, don't get me wrong. We saw a lot of very cool things, such as the undead stormtroopers, the fight between Morgan Elsbeth and Ahsoka, Thrawn and Ezra getting back to the known galaxy, a lot of other things that come with the end 2 episodes of the series. But I think after that middle stint, it was sort of a letdown. I think the expectations were very high preceding the middle half of the show. That's the kind of 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 breakdown of how the season went. Overall, though, I think this season and so far the show has done an amazing job of transferring these cartoon Rebels characters into the live-action format, not missing a beat from their characters and how they act and their storylines. And I think this is great. I've always been a fan of bringing cartoon Star Wars characters into the live action or vice versa, because it makes the continuity all more smooth. Because for the longest time, the Clone Wars was kind of an outlier, as well as Rebels, but now we are seeing these characters bleed into the live action storyline, and just makes everything a lot more smooth, and makes you really realize that even the cartoons, what may they be animated, are still an essential part to the overarching story in this Skywalker saga era of the Star Wars timeline. This series so far has also done great for character development, introducing new characters and the possibilities that they can bring, setting up Thrawn as the new big bad that we should watch out for in this post-Return of the Jedi era. And I think all these small details that the Ahsoka show set up that we may have looked past are going to pay off in a huge way when it comes to Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire movie. And I personally think they should just finish out the stories of Mando and Ahsoka and Boba Fett and say fuck it and give Dave Filoni a whole trilogy. I posted this on my Twitter, or X as we call it nowadays, a few days ago. If you're not following me on there already, make sure to do so. I drop a lot of extra content on there, retweeting a lot of things, getting engaged in the fandom. So make sure to do that if you haven't already. I say F it. Give Dave Filoni an Heir to the Empire trilogy and make it episodes 7, 8, and 9 and push the sequel trilogy we know to 10, 11, and 12, just like George Lucas did with the original 6 movies. And I think this will fill in a lot of gaps that we were missing in the sequel trilogy and just make a lot of fans overall more happy. And me especially, I don't think Dave Filoni is going to be able to fit all of this action and story into one Heir to the Empire movie. I think it's a mistake. I am going to be very grateful to see the movie. I'm sure it's going to play out great, but I really think we need a trilogy, especially if we want to see the original 3 of Han, Luke, and Leia as we did in the Heir to the Empire novels. But yeah, like I said, I think this series did a great job of setting up what's to come. It really expanded the Star Wars lore and universe. There is an endless amount of possibilities now that we have this new galaxy, having known characters stuck there, having known characters in the known galaxy, traveling to Dathomir live action, having the World Between Worlds in live action. I think a lot of people are not giving the show enough credit for how much this show expanded the live action universe of Star Wars. And that's really what I appreciate most about it. Sure, there was a lot of cool fan service moments, a lot of cool story, a lot of cool action, great lightsaber fights, so many lightsaber fights. But overall, this show just did so much for the future of Star Wars that it made me more hyped for the future than anything. And yeah, that's really my thoughts about the series, the good, the bad, the in-between. I think it did a great job. If I was to rate the first season of Ahsoka, I would give it, a solid 8.5 out of 10. A good middle ground B grade. It wasn't perfect, but it also was not disappointing. It made me as a fan very much more engaged more so than I was. And I really appreciate it for that. I think the next 10 years of Star Wars is going to be amazing, and who knows what they're going to build off after that. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to hop on here and give my overall thoughts of the series before I drop the supercut and right after I finish the singular reviews. This is what I'm going to be doing for all Star Wars content moving forward. I'm going to give my single reviews on episodes or single reviews on movies, kind of give a wrap up afterwards, and then drop a supercut. So there's kind of a lot of different forms of content for different people and how they want to digest it. But I'm done talking. I want to hear your overall thoughts on the Ahsoka series. Give me your rating. Give me what you liked, what you didn't like. Did you agree with me? Did you not? And what you want to see from a season 2 if we in fact get one. And while you're at it in the comments section on your way down, please make sure to leave a like on the video. It helps a lot. And while you're at it, if you would like to, please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. I want to thank you so much for watching and have a great day.